someone that comes to mind as far as this snowballing effect. It was really pronounced in part because of where he came from, but Thomas Hernandez is someone who didn't even own a computer prior to being exposed to Renegade Professional. What was unique about his situation was actually an upline who had told him about it. She was very, very successful in the old school model. But I think this was a leader who was able to go big picture enough to realize, and I'm pretty impressed by this, that she didn't make him, force him, this is the way.
To do the old way.
To do the old way. She actually wasn't using Renegade Professional. She just heard about it.
She said, there's this other option
There's
for
another
you.
option. And so she had an open mind enough to at least share that with him. So he goes home. This was after a 2-hour trip because he was going to hit on his high school buddies from like 7 years ago, thinking, oh yeah, I'll bring them in.
Right.
And so he goes back home, didn't own a computer, and this is online training, so he's going to his mom's house, and then he eventually
You mean go to his mom's house to get to the computer to access our training?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was very, very impressed with that, by the desire and hearing that there was something new. His upline apparently validated it, even though she wasn't using it. But back to just the inadequacies, because he did feel terribly inadequate, especially his friends are like, dude, you're in a pyramid scheme.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
And he felt like a dog putting his tail between his legs and
because he was talking to the wrong people.
Very much.
He wasn't attracting the right people.
But he didn't know that at that time. He was just doing what he was told.
So it makes you feel like there's something wrong with you. You're just all messed up. You have so much to learn.
But he had enough of an open mind to go try Renegade, the free training, and move forward. But was so impressive. I actually met with him one-on-one, and I was so impressed with, I felt like I was talking to a professional that had developed himself to the level as a...
he became a leader very quickly.
Very quickly. Yeah. And I went through his blog, and I was stunned by the amount of information there. I had no idea.
Last I heard, I never talked to him, I know you did, but last I heard, he was generating over 10 leads a day. Do video marketing, and here's somebody who didn't own a computer before the professional training. Yeah. And inadequacy, no more. He feels fulfilled, successful. He's attracting all these people to him. He feels like he's knowledgeable, and this happened over the course of just a few months, the professional training.
It was
when you're on the right track and you're doing something that works, you don't need a bunch of personal development and a bunch of psychological training to be successful. You just start to find your groove and have fun, and you attract success rather than just constantly chasing it endlessly.
Yeah. And his depth of understanding about what he was doing was so fun to hear, his reflections on his own learning process. One, he came up with the terminology rejection-free marketing, which I think is very cool, because it is literally that. There is no rejection in this model. It's over. But the other thing was just when I commented on his blog and the depth of material he had there, and he's like, yeah, but I need to restructure and this and that. And I thought, but that is so cool because you did the deal.
Right.
And that inevitably is what has to happen as you go on to the next level. And I felt like I was talking to a peer.
Right.
Someone
a pro.
A pro, literally, who was a complete novice, no computer, and actually he hated computers.
Right.
He thought they were a complete waste of time.
Right.
And now here he's advancing in his mindset.
So quickly.
So quickly. And what's also remarkable about that is he's not really tapped into a support group.
Right.
To support his thinking and all this. It's been pretty much more on his own as he's gone through the training. But just to see like his, breakthroughs, his aha moments as he's evolving on to the next level.
Right.
It's
dramatic.
It's dramatic. What would have in the old model taken 5, 7, 8, 10 years.
If it ever happened at all.
And really it hardly ever does. So really, really impressive.